All right, week 9. I have a special treat. Actually, I have a couple of special treats. I threw in a couple of my custom workouts that I give my athletes so you can kind of get a little sample of those. One, the most obvious, will be the brick on Saturday. I love this brick. I have several week progressions of this brick. I'm giving you one of them. The progression set tends to be one of my athletes' favorite things to do. And I know that it was one of my secret weapons, especially as it progresses into the success that I had for when I raced. So enjoy that one. One thing to note, if you're doing it on a trainer, it's hard to do a 10K and a 20K and a 10K. So when I have been relegated to the trainer, I would just substitute 15 minutes for 10K. Okay. So if you feel like that's way off and you want to go 20 minutes for a 10K, that's fine too. And honestly, what I would think to myself was the first 10K, I'd be excited, and I'd be pushing and I'd be wondering how I was going to finish the rest of the workout, because the first 10K is supposed to be pretty hard. And then I would try to make not a deal, but I would try to remind myself that the second interval, the 20K, it's only supposed to be at 80% effort, right? So that's very controlled. And so I would try to remind myself, like, look, it's 80%. It's going to be going back to that annoying feeling that we talked about. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but, we can get through that. And then when I was through that, I only had one more 10K left. And especially if you're doing this on a circuit that you can kind of repeat where you're going, then you can make sure to try to hit the time that you had done on the first 10K. And that's a way that I used to motivate myself. Coming off the bike and running, I try to tell myself I could do anything for 20 minutes, right? So it's like I'm going to give my legs for 1 or 2 minutes. And then I really like to focus on my cadence. So I wouldn't get too involved in this or overwhelmed with the speed or the responsibility to have to go fast. I would just try to think about moving my feet quick. And then the last 20 minutes can be a cool down if you're really feeling like that, right? So have fun with the one on Saturday. I really, really like it. And again, I gave you a really cool workout to do on Tuesday as well. It's a CP6 interval set. So if you're not sure what your CP6 is, your FTP is CP30. So CP stands for critical power or critical pace. I like to substitute those two variables for the words the best you can do for 30 minutes. So your CP30, or the best you can do for 30 minutes, is your FTP, right? So anytime you cut the distance in half or the duration in half, so if you go from like CP30 to like CP15 or 12, as it's in the books a lot, you can add 5%. So if you go from CP30 to 6, you're actually kind of cutting it in half twice. So it's about 110% of FTP. So challenge yourself. Don't get too caught up if you can't hit 110%. That's one of the things that we talk about a little bit. It's an area for a lot of athletes to get better. However, try to just do the 110% effort and just let the results be what they may, and try to be consistent. But have fun with those. I would not brick those unless you absolutely have to. The envelope run on Tuesday, coming off that, might be a bit aggressive the day before a 2-hour run. So you'll notice it doesn't say run right off the bike. You can definitely break those up. So hopefully everybody has fun this week, and I'll see you next week.